Hi, my name's Lisa, and I'm the creator of LKA Crochet. And I'm just starting my channel, and I thought I'd introduce myself to you. I am a little bit nervous because this is my very first video ever. So basically, I've been crocheting for over 40 years. I learned to crochet when I was probably 10 years old. And I used to make just granny squares, blankets, afghans, and then later on I started making my grandkids clothes, specifically their Halloween costumes. Like one year my two granddaughters was candy corn. They had candy corn outfits. So I've crocheted most of my life on and off, but here last year I started crocheting plushies, and I love it. It's the satisfaction you get from completing the project, and it's not taking you a month or several weeks to do a big blanket, so I really like it. I actually got my daughter into it and my son's girlfriend, so they crochet as well. I do work full-time. I work in healthcare. So, I thought about creating a channel on health because I'm an expert at that. However, my passion is in crochet. And I get such great enjoyment from crocheting. And also buying yarn. I don't know, there's something when you go into a yarn store and look at all the yarn and you just want to touch it, and you start thinking about everything that you can make with it, and I get really excited, so it brings me joy. I did do my first craft fair this past spring, well, a few months ago, or it wasn't even spring yet, just a few months ago. And it was at a small community church. I didn't really do that great for somebody that crochets, full time and does it for a living. But I enjoyed it, and it got me outside the house, so I like that. Basically, I live about an hour and a half east of Cincinnati, Ohio. So I live in a rural community, a lot of farm ground, a lot of farmers. I used to work at Cincinnati, and it was like an hour drive each way. I now work approximately 35 minutes from home, and I've worked at the same place for the last 12 years. So I'm hoping that by creating a YouTube channel that I can share my passion, my ups, my downs, with possibly starting an Etsy shop, and my market experience, even though, like I said, I don't have much, I just went to one. But I am planning on, my goal is to participate in 4 more markets, but not until later this fall and this winter. So I guess I don't have big hopes. I just want to get into 4 this year. And basically, I think that's about it. Oh, I've been divorced for about 14 years, not by choice. When I got married, I expected to stay married for life, but he didn't see it that way because he left. So that was not very fun. I do have 4 children, they're grown, and I have 7 grandchildren. They keep me busy, but when you reach a certain age, your kids grow up and they move away and they don't need you anymore, not like they did. And so you're I started feeling kind of lost, to be honest. Like, what am I supposed to do now? So I hope this somewhat fills that void of creating a community, making new friends, and sharing my crochet with you. So I hope you like it. So let me get started. I'm just going to do some pattern reviews that I did. The first one is a Mama Made Mini, and it's this bunny, and I did this for my market. It didn't sell. I had it priced for $24. I used Fluffy Flex yarn that I got from Michael's, and the yarn is thick. It's like a Burnett yarn. However, it's kind of thicker. It's a little bit rougher, but it does make good sized plushies. And I thought the yarn was pretty. I don't know if you can see him or her. And I did embroider the eyes. I'm still learning how to do that. I don't do great, but I'm gonna keep trying because I like the embroidered eyes. And one of the reasons I like that, I love the other ones that you put in, but the reason I like embroidered eyes because it's safer for kids, and I work in healthcare, and I always think of a choking risk, and if something happened to a kid that got a hold of one of my plushies, I don't know, that would be awful. That I don't think I could live with myself, so that makes me nervous. Anyway, the pattern, like I said, was Mama Made Minis, and I bought the pattern, several, but this is the dog that I made, and I'll show that to you shortly. I didn't specifically, did I like the pattern? The pattern was, I love the plushies and the results that you get. I had a little bit of trouble with reading her pattern, the way it's written, because she uses some terminology that I wasn't used to, as far as she'll put single crochet or SC2 TOG, which means single crochet two together. And the way that it's wrote up in the pattern, sometimes it would confuse me. But after you do it for a while, and you know what she's meaning, then it's fine. It's a good pattern. I wouldn't recommend the pattern for a beginner, because I think as a beginner, you need something that's easy to follow, something when you're first starting out that's made for a beginner. Because you get more satisfaction with that. Because when I first started making these plushies, like I said, that was just a year ago, I started on some projects that was probably for a intermediate or expert. I don't know what the other terminology is. And it was very frustrating at first. But now I feel comfortable doing about any pattern. And I'm going to show you the yarn I used. Here was the Fluffy Flex, excuse me, and I don't know if you can see it. It's really pretty. I got this color, and then I did get some pink, and let me see, the name of this is Pink Rose. And then I got a yellow one, which I made some ducks with, but they sold. This is called Yellow. And I got that at Michael's. And then the other Mama Made Mini that I made was the little dog. And I made this dog because it looks like a Boston Terrier, and it looks like the dog that I have, which I have 2 Boston Terriers, and they're my babies. And I also have another dog that I rescued from the pound. But he has little knotted legs. This yarn I just used Burnett, and then Burnett Baby here. And that's my little dog, and they're cuddly. So I think they're so cute. And I did use the safety eyes for these, just plain black ones, which I probably need to put some white around his eye just to bring it out a little bit more. But those are the 2 Mama Made Minis. This is my tags I had made for my, and as you can see, I have my Boston Terrier on it. The tags I made for my small business, even though I don't have a business yet, but that's what my hopes are for eventually. The next pattern I made is a I'm nervous. The next pattern that I made is from Madeline Mako, and it was her steer. I did not put the horns on it because I hate crocheting little rounds. I just hate that. But I know that sometimes you need to do that. With this pattern, the only thing that you had to, you made the arms and you sewed them in, and you made the legs and then you sewed them in. And I believe, if I remember right, you didn't have to sew the head on it. It was just all one thing. But he's cute. If you can see him very good. And I used Burnett blanket yarn, and then I used Chanel, Premier Chanel Brights for the brown color. Then I made a free I did a free YouTube video for this little bunny, and I think it's adorable, and he didn't sell. I only had $5 on him, but he did not sell, but he's adorable. And this is just Burnett baby blanket, pink. And I crocheted another bunny that didn't sell. And this is from Anna Caraway. And this pattern actually came with, you could make a little bit of a strawberry hat to put on top. But I didn't make the hat. And I had him priced for $18. He has a little tail. Now, the yarn that I used for this project, I didn't particularly like. I got it from Hobby Lobby, and it's very soft. I liked it when I saw it and felt it, but when I started using it, it was very difficult to use. It's Baby Bees yarn from Hobby Lobby, and this one here is called Blueberry. But I'm not sure what the pink was called, but I have a lot of skeins of yarn of this type. I actually threw one away because when you're making the magic circle, it just sheds. I mean, you just can't make it. It just falls apart. If you can get the magic circle made, then the yarn works up good, but you better not make any mistakes because there's no way that you would be able to take out your stitches and redo it. It'd fall apart. But anyway. Then out of some Sweet Snuggles Light from Michaels, I made some Easter eggs, which didn't sell. And I had $5 on these, but it is a pretty color. And then here's, it's Loops and Threads Sweet Snuggles Light. This here is a color called Collier Blue. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. But I did make a bunny out of this color, and it did sell at the craft fair that was at. All right. Then one other item that I made, let me grab it, that did not sell at the market. And this pattern is by Meg's Make. And it was very easily read pattern. A beginner could make it. It's this little octopus, and I love it. I think this is so adorable. This is my favorite one. In fact, I didn't care if this sold or not because I like it so much. And this is out of Joann's yarn, and let me think, what was it? Big Plush? No. Oh my gosh, my mind just went blank. But it's from Joann's yarn, which, I'm sorry, I'll list it. But isn't it adorable? I love this thing. I just want to keep it, though I don't know what I'd do with it. So anyhow, that's my makes. I am working on a iguana and a dragon, and this dragon is massive. It's taken me a long time to get completed. Hopefully I'll have it completed this weekend, but you know, it is Easter and I have a lot of Easter baskets to get ready for my grandbabies. They're not all babies, the youngest is 2. I hope you enjoyed this channel. This is my first one. I apologize because I know I didn't say everything I wanted to, and I do not know anything about editing, so this video probably won't get edited. I promise that they will get better in time, and if you liked it, please subscribe and like and comment on what you would like to see. Anyway, thank you for taking your time. Have a great day.